In this video you will find 5 different ways to grow plants from cuttings, herbs you can get from anywhere you want. You can grow them in your kitchen very easily in plastic bottles and a bit of soil. This is really all you might need, and there are a few ways to do it and you'll see all of them. First of all, you need to cut the bottles, the water bottles, with the scissors. 2 cuts, one higher, one lower. It's better if it's like this. The top part is a bit more narrow than the lower part, so it's easier to put the cap of the bottle. You see, it's a bit difficult when they're the same size. Now, the first thing to try, you could try just aloe vera. If you have aloe vera in your area, you can cut a square piece of aloe from any leaf of aloe, really. Put a bit of soil in the plastic bottle. This is a 1.5 liter of plastic bottle cut in 2 pieces, and the soil goes around the aloe cutting, and you can clean it up if you want, but you don't really have to. You can leave it however you want, and you can put the piece of aloe in the soil there, and you really, all you have to do is take a cutting from your herb. In this case, this is oregano, and it's an interesting kind of oregano. I will put a link in the description about it. And cut the piece of the stem from the plant. These are herbs. They're really nice to have them in the kitchen. You can grow them in your kitchen like this. You can even keep them all the time in these plastic bottles and water them a little bit. The stem of the plant goes directly into the aloe vera gel, and it will grow there pretty nicely. This is one of the ways. If you have aloe vera, this is really useful because the aloe keeps the bacteria away. It has some antibacterial properties. You have to spray a bit of water in the plastic bottle, and until the plants have roots, you have to use the spray bottle once a day. You spray them a little bit, and now you put the cap on, and this becomes some kind of a mini greenhouse. The moisture of the plant and this condensation stays inside there, so it will not dry out. While it doesn't have roots, it's very vulnerable to drying out, so you want to keep the moisture inside. Another way to grow small herbs like this in a pot is use a piece of banana. Really, you just cut the tip of a banana or any part of the banana you would like. Any leftover banana you might have, you place it in a bit of potting soil. This is just simple regular potting soil with a bit of mix. It's really any soil you have, it's fine, you can use it. And cutting the stems a little bit also, just to have a fresh cut there. And also, you notice the stems they were sitting in water for about a day, but the sooner you do this, the better. So if you cut these stems from the original plant, you can go home and put them in a piece of banana like this. And the same way, you have to water them a little bit, spray them a bit, so the moisture stays inside there. There are no holes in these plastic bottles, but if you want, you can make holes on the bottom of the bottle, and that might reduce the chances of water sitting there too much. If you see there is too much moisture, you can keep them open for a little while. This one is a bit different. You see the top part doesn't really make a seal, but it covers the soil, and this is still good. This still works, and it's fine. No matter what you have, you can use what you have. No need to have something special, some special containers. You can really use just your water bottles. Even if they're square, they're fine, as long as you can kind of fit them onto each other. I mean, they have to fit like this. And if you don't have a plastic bottle, you can really use any container, and you cover it with a bit of film on top to keep the moisture inside. This is another bottle, and And this one we try a little bit of a different solution. So first you can try to spray the soil, make it really wet, this potting soil. And at this point you can use a stem root. This is a powder to a hormone for the plant to stimulate the root growth. It works really well. On some plants it works better than others, and there are different versions for woody plants. And this lower strength version, it works fine on this kind of plant. Scratch the stem a little bit, cut it, fresh cut, and just dip it in the powder. That's all. That's all it is. And you store it in the soil just like we did before. And if you don't have the rooting powder, that's no problem, because you can really use just plain honey. You can use honey for this. And the same way, you see, scratch a little bit this stem. We use this all the time, like this, to cut a piece of stem from a plant that we like, and it goes into this pot like this. It's a mini greenhouse effect in there. Keep the moisture inside. This one is done the same way, but again in the powder, because we have this powder, so why not use it? It will increase the chances of getting the roots going. And for the first 2 weeks, 1 week, 2 weeks, these plants, they have to stay closed. And once a day you open them for 10 minutes. You see, now this is the perfect lid here. It closes ideally. And you can even bend it a little bit on the side if you want a little bit of fresh air to go in there. You don't want too much moisture because they have to breathe a bit, so there is no mold growing in there. This is Syrian oregano. We have also oregano, and you can use really grow anything. Thyme, oregano, basil. You can have them in your kitchen. So when you do some cooking, you can just take a fresh leaf of oregano or a fresh leaf of basil. This is really useful. You can even grow them like this in the plastic bottles as they are. Once the roots are growing, you don't need the caps on the bottles. You can just keep the plant in this bottle, and you can add a bit more soil later. And you see this sweating on the bottle, this effect of condensation inside the bottle. It's already happening, so it keeps the moisture in there instead of evaporating into the air. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comment section below if you do this and with what plants you like to make the cuttings and what plants you like to use in your cooking. Thanks for watching. Bye.